out, one finger up. That's it. Index finger, straight to the sky, dead silent. No shouting, no drama, just up. And in that one motion, careers end, World Cups get decided, and Twitter melts down. This signal goes back to the mid-1800s. Before that, umpires just yelled, out, which worked fine when there were like 12 people watching and nobody had invented loudspeakers yet. But cricket got bigger, crowds got louder, and suddenly nobody could hear a thing. So they started raising a finger. Everyone in the ground could see it. The batsman, the bowler, the guy selling peanuts in row 47. Everyone knew instantly, and the silence is the whole point. It's not celebratory, it's not angry, it's just final. Like a judge's gavel, but way more cinematic. No ball. Arm shoots straight out, horizontal, like you're pointing at something across the room. That's a no ball. The bowler's front foot went too far, or they threw the ball instead of bowling it, or they had too many fielders behind square on the leg side. Here's the thing, though. One run goes to the batting team automatically, and the bowler has to bowl that delivery again. So in a tight T20, one no ball doesn't just cost a run. It costs a whole extra delivery. That's an entire ball the batting side gets for free. One little overstep and suddenly the over has 7 balls instead of 6. Free hit. Okay, so after that horizontal no-ball arm, if the umpire starts circling their arm above their head, like they're lassoing a cow, that's a free hit. The bowler cannot get you out bowled, caught, LBW, stumped, or hit wicket. Basically, you can swing as hard as you want, and the worst thing that happens is you miss. This was introduced because a single run penalty wasn't enough to stop bowlers from overstepping. The ICC trialed it at the 2007 T20 World Cup, and it stuck because, let's be honest, it's chaos in the best way. Batsmen go full golf swing. Bowlers look like they want to cry. And the crowd? The crowd absolutely loves it. Wide. Both arms out, horizontal, like you're trying to hug the entire stadium. That's a wide. The ball was too far from the batsman to reasonably hit it. But here's the detail most people miss. The umpire waits until the ball passes the batsman before signaling. If the batsman chases it and makes contact, even a weird edge off the toe of the bat, it's not a wide anymore. That tiny delay you see? That's not the umpire being slow, that's the law. One run doesn't count as a legal delivery, and the bowler has to bowl it again. 4. One arm sweeps across the chest like you're brushing off crumbs, that's 4 runs. The ball hit the boundary rope after bouncing at least once. This signal exists because back in the 1800s, scorers kept getting confused. Was that a boundary, or did they actually run 4? So the umpire started making a clear, visible motion. Everyone in the ground, but including the guy keeping score with a pencil behind the pavilion, could see it instantly. No arguments, no confusion, just one sweep across the chest and everyone knows. 6. Both arms straight above the head, like you're being held at gunpoint or celebrating a touchdown. That's 6. The ball cleared the boundary without bouncing. It's literally just more than 4, so both arms instead of 1. Simple, effective. And when a batsman hits 1, the umpire has about half a second to throw both arms up while staring into floodlights with 40,000 people screaming. No technology helping them, just eyes and instinct. Bye. One hand raised above the head with an open palm. The ball missed the bat, missed the pads, missed everything. And the batsman ran anyway. It's basically the umpire saying, yeah, that was the wicket-keeper's fault for not stopping it. Leg by. Same open palm above the head, but before that, the umpire taps their raised knee. That means the ball hit the batsman's body or pad first, then they ran. They introduced the knee tap in the early 1900s because scorers couldn't tell the difference between buys and leg buys. Before that, scorebooks were a complete mess. One little tap on the knee and suddenly everything's organized. Cricket loves its tiny, specific gestures. Dead ball, cross both wrists below the waist, then uncross them. Like you're doing a tiny, awkward dance. The ball is dead, not in play anymore. Maybe the batsman pulled away because someone walked across the sight screen. Maybe a fielder got injured. Maybe a dog ran onto the field. Yes, that actually happens. The delivery doesn't count toward the over. In a T20 where every single ball matters, that signal just gave someone a complete do-over. Short run. Tap your nearest shoulder with your fingertips. That means someone didn't ground their bat or foot behind the popping crease before turning back for another run. That run gets canceled. And this is where cricket gets ridiculous. We're talking about a batsman's toe being 1 inch behind a white line. 1 inch. And that 1 inch can change the result of a World Cup final. The umpire taps their shoulder, the run comes off, and suddenly the equation shifts. Cricket is a game of millimeters, and this signal proves it. Penalty runs. Touch one shoulder. If it's the opposite shoulder from your bowling arm, that's 5 runs to the batting side. Same shoulder, 5 runs to the fielding side. Usually happens when the ball hits a fielder's helmet that's lying on the ground, or when someone deliberately obstructs play. 5 runs doesn't sound like much until you're chasing 220 in a semifinal and suddenly you need 15 off 2 balls instead of 20. It flips the whole equation. One lazy fielder leaves his helmet in the wrong place and boom. Free runs. Bouncer limit. The umpire taps their right shoulder and holds up fingers. In tests and one-day internationals, 2 fingers means that's the second bouncer of the over. 1 more and it's a no ball. In T20 internationals, the limit is 1 per over. Before this rule, fast bowlers could just bounce the ball at your head all day. In the 70s and 80s, West Indian pace attacks made batsmen genuinely fear for their safety. Now, 2 in tests, 1 in T20 internationals. After that, horizontal arm, free hit, chaos. The shoulder tap is basically the umpire keeping score of how many times the bowler has tried to rearrange someone's face. Third umpire / DRS. The umpire draws a rectangle in the air, like a little TV screen. That means they're sending it upstairs for a review. This signal was born in 1992 during India's tour of South Africa, the first ever televised review. But DRS as we know it? 2009. And it completely changed the game. Before this, umpires had to make split-second decisions on edges, catches, and LBWs with nothing but their eyes. Now, they draw a box in the air and technology does the rest. It's basically the umpire saying, I need help, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Powerplay. Circular motion above the head, like you're stirring a pot. Fielding restrictions are on. In one-day internationals, only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle for the first 10 overs. In T20 internationals, it's 2 outside for the first 6. One-day internationals in the 1990s were getting boring. Teams would just pack the boundary and choke the scoring to death. So the ICC introduced power plays to force action. And it worked. Suddenly you had to attack because the field was spread whether you liked it or not. That little stirring motion, that's the umpire saying, okay, no more hiding, time to actually play cricket. New ball. After 80 overs in a test, the fielding side can take a new ball. The umpire holds the ball up to the crowd and the cameras. Simple. Old balls get soft. Reverse swing dies. Spinners can't grip it properly. The 80-over rule exists because without it, you'd be bowling with a marshmallow by day 5. New ball, fresh seam, new life for the fast bowlers. The umpire holds it up like a trophy because it genuinely changes the game. Last hour. Cross both wrists above the head. That means we're in the final hour of play, and a minimum of 20 overs must be bowled unless the match ends first. It's why you see teams rushing through overs at 5:30 p.m. on day 5. The light's fading, the batsmen are hanging on for dear life, and the fielding side is trying to force a result before the clock kills the game. That crossed wrist signal above the head? That's the umpire saying, hurry up, we're running out of time and daylight. Revoke decision. Cross both arms in front of the chest, then wave them apart. That's, never mind, forget what I just did. Maybe they called a no ball by mistake, or the third umpire overturned the on-field call. Imagine being wrong in front of 50,000 people and having to physically undo your own decision with a dance move. That takes serious guts, It's basically the umpire's version of hitting delete on a tweet, except everyone in the stadium is watching you do it. Impact player. In the IPL, when a substitute comes in, the umpire makes an X with both arms above the head. It looks like they're celebrating a goal, which feels completely wrong for cricket, but here we are. Cricket has substitutions now. Well, sort of. The signal is new, it's weird, and it looks like the umpire just won something. But hey, cricket evolves. If this helped you understand what those umpires are actually doing out there, instead of just pretending, hit that like button. Subscribe for more Cricket Explained simply. Thanks for watching.